Hi, I'm Willie Mayette, and you might know me from Piano with Willie. Now I'm introducing something new. This is no bow piano, and this is going to be very different. I'm going to warn you from my other piano lessons. If you want to know why I created no bow piano, just take a look at the card that just popped up. There's a lot of BS excuses that students make as to why they can't study. Oh, I don't have enough time. Complete BS. I'm going to show you how to change that today. I've been teaching online for over 18 years. My first website was jazzpianolessons.com. I registered that way back in the year 2000. So let's get into the information. Owning your triads. You have to know your triads if you want to be able to play the piano. Now what I'm talking about is I'm talking about being able to really know what these triads are and be able to mess around with them. Now I'm going to show you this as well at the end as well, okay? So I'll show you that at the end. But let's get into what I'm talking about here with these triads. Your C major triad. You've seen plenty of videos on this, all right? So basically it's the 1, 3, and 5. If we take our C major scale, or at least the first 5 notes of the C major scale, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we could just take the first, third, and fifth notes of the scale, and that is our C major triad. Now, first of all, let me show you a real super easy way of being able to get to the first 5 notes of any major scale. Let's do it in the key of A. First of all, you're going to know what a half step is and what a whole step is. If you got one note in between, then it's a whole step. If you got more than one note in between, then it's greater than a whole step. When you go to the very next note, up or down, that's a half step. This right here, half step, no note in between. Right here, half step, no note in between. Right there, whole step, one note in between. You can also look at it as 2 half steps. All right, so to figure out any major scale, the first 5 notes of any major scale, start on the note. All right, so here I'm going to start on A. You haven't done anything yet. You just started on a note. Here I am on A. Now I'm going to go up a whole step. I'm going to go up another whole step. I'm going to go up a half step, and then one more whole step. There's the first 5 notes of my A major scale. Going too fast for you, hit the slow down button or repeat. All right, so if I take 1, 3, and 5 of that scale, now I got my major triad. All right, so first of all, you should be able to go through and play these major triads anywhere. I'm going to show you at the end of the video how you can get music and an extra video, and I'll show you how to play all 12 of these major triads along with the sus4, sus2, and add 2. All right, so back to this one. So my C major triad, a sus4, okay, is when we replace the third with the fourth. Okay, replace. I'm not adding to, I'm replacing. This is what we call a suspension. This is suspension going up from the fourth, resolving down to the third. You hear this in rock music a lot. You want to practice this? Do this kind of alternating pattern. So that's a sus4 resolving down to a C major triad. Now all I'm doing is I'm breaking up the chord and playing the top 2 notes and then the bottom note. Or in this case, the top 2 and then the bottom. I can play them together as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get this pattern a lot, like I said, in rock and pop music, that sus4. All right, so now that's your sus4. What's this one? This is a sus2. So I've heard things in which like, oh, the only suspension is a sus4. Boop, BS, all right? There's also a sus2. This is which we're suspending from below and resolving up. It's a little weird because you think suspending coming up and then moving down. This one is resolving up, so it's going from a 2 up to a third, okay? So 2 up to 3, all right? So this is my C sus2, and again, I can resolve it down right over to that C major triad. So C sus2 to a C, all right? So C sus2 to a C. This one at the end is a C add 2. So what I'm doing is I am adding an extra note. That's my C major triad, and I'm adding in the second. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from that major scale. Now something else that we call this is a C add 9. Now there's going to be a lot of people that are going to give me a lot of BS about, the technical, well, in reality, I've heard this stuff. That's what the 9th is. I'm going to tell you, I used to think that for a long time. And you know what? I'm lucky that I have really big hands so I can reach that. Do you know how difficult that is to reach that? Most people can't even reach that chord. So how would you ever be able to play that 9th? You don't have to play the 9th at the top of the chord. The 9th can be embedded down within the chord. Let's go through all 4 of these triads again. C major, C sus4, C sus2, and C add2. Now, like I said, I got a sheet here. You can go ahead onto the site and download it. I got all of them. I'm going to have an extra video, and I'm going to show you how to play all of them. So we've all heard probably about that 1, 6, 4, 5 pattern, okay? So somehow it's like the holy grail of chord patterns. Again, BS. It's a cool pattern, and yes, you could play a bunch of songs with it, but guess what? There's a lot of progressions that you have to learn. This is just one of them. But what you could do is in the left hand, play those octaves. So a C, going down to an A, to an F, to a G. Now check this out when I go through these chords. See how I could play these 4 chords in order? And then I could go with that. You can also play around with this. So do a C sus2 to a C, and then to a C sus4, back to a C. So I basically leave out the C add2. And then check this out. I can do this like descending motion. It's a real cool sound. Check this one out. Check out the right hand. So I just resolved, this is really, I'm making this a G sus4 chord, all right? A little advanced, we can get into that a little bit later, but I'm resolving it down to this. So I could play around with this. I could come up with some really cool sounds like this. This one out. So here I went down to A flat, so I could try putting any note down here in the left hand. This is a little bit advanced, right? I'm just gonna kind of give you some little bonus stuff, but try messing around with any octave down here. G flat. E. Check out D flat. So you get some really cool sounds there, but you gotta own your triads. So let's talk about how to practice this stuff now. First of all, please stop with the BS excuse of, oh, I don't have time, I don't have enough time. You don't have to be at the piano in order to practice, right? And if I seem a bit aggressive in this video, it's because I'm just honestly tired of all the bullshit excuses. If you wanna learn, then take the time and learn it. All you need is 5 minutes a day. Go through and spell all 12 major triads away from the piano. So that's, all right, so you say C major triad, C, E, G, G major triad, G, B, D, D major triad, D, F sharp, A major triad, A, C sharp, E. You can go around circle of fish, you can go randomly. I don't care which order you go, just make sure you go through all 12 of them. After that, say what the ninth is, or 2, you know, however you want to think about it for each of the chords. All right, the ninth of C is D, ninth of G is A, ninth of D is E, ninth of A is B. You gotta know it that fast. Don't think that you're gonna get it that fast within a day or 2 or even a week. It's gonna take several weeks to do this, but if you drill yourself on it, the results are gonna be in your playing because you're gonna actually be able to think about it fast enough to be able to play it. Last, number 3, play at the piano. Do all 12 major, sus2, sus4, and add 9 chords. Like I said, I have an extra video, so if you go back to nobowlpiano.com, put in your name and email address right there. I'm going to send you the video of me going through all 12 of these triads, all right? And I'll also give you this practice routine again. All right, so thanks, guys, for joining me. Be sure to, in order to get my other videos, click on the bell notification so you know when I release new videos. I got more no bowl piano videos to come. Be sure to comment below and let me know what you think about this no bowl piano format. Love it? Hate it? I want to get your input. And what I'm going to do is, when I release a new no bowl piano video, I'm going to be online for an hour, and I'm going to answer any questions that students chat in after I release that video. So be sure to subscribe.